Hi, I'm Kenny Anderson, Director of Multicultural Affairs for the City of Huntsville, and welcome to Impact. Each week we bring you information about exciting things that are happening in our community, and today will be no different. I have the privilege of introducing you to an organization today that's making a major difference in our community and touching the lives of many people. They're the North Alabama Writers Club, and we're going to tell you all about who they are and what they do in the broadcast today. Let me introduce to you at this time Deborah Williams. She's the president of the organization. Welcome to Impact.
Thank you for having us on the show.
It's good to have you today. And also Willie Smith, you're the chaplain. We thank you for being here today.
Good to be here, Kenny.
Listen, I am very curious and have been curious since we first started talking about this particular segment of the broadcast. As a non-horse rider, who are the North Alabama Riders? This is obviously a club that is involved with horse riding and some other activities, but tell me about who you are, perhaps where you started and where you exist, and how people can find you in our community.
Well, this is a riding club, and how we got together, our passion and love for horses brought this group together. And this group started 4 years ago out of the Williams home, and one thing led to another. We led to community service, but what we do, we just love horses. We think that horses is the most magnificent creature that God ever created. And we just come together and we just love horses, and we do that, and we love people through horses. So we just a group that love each other. We're about 30 strong, and we meet once a month, and we house in right on the corner of Hazel Green and New Market, right on the line at Williams Stable.
Yeah, so lots of room to roam the prairie. I'll just say prairie, but even though it's not quite a prairie, roam the area. It just sounded good.
Right.
Talking about horses and
Right.
things like that. I'm a city boy. I grew up in New York City. Obviously, we didn't ride horses in New York. But I've been in Huntsville for a long time, and I have seen a number of initiatives that have either introduced people to horse riding, that have allowed people to, if they have families and kids, to come out and enjoy the day as a part of this experience. And I have a sense that you all are very passionate about sharing your passion and love for horse riding with others as well. Would I be right about that?
You're right.
Right.
Yeah. You know, some people say when they ride, when they do something, it gives them so much joy. For me, I'm a photographer. A lot of people don't know that, but I am. I'm a photographer. And when I get my camera and I go out into nature and I start shooting things, and it's something that my eye is interpreting. I can shut out the whole world around me, and it's as if nothing else exists at that moment. I would imagine that one's love and passion for horse riding finds you in that same experience, where perhaps during a certain week or over the course of several weeks, you're anxiously looking forward to that next time that you can get up on that saddle and make it happen. Right?
Right. Will and I, we both have a passion for horses. We both grew up with horses. I'm from Calhoun County, where we have a lot of horses there. And my father raised horses as growing up, and he passed away, so we had to sell out all the horses, all the farm equipment, because there was not enough people there to help us out. So as life went on, I moved into Huntsville, and I moved into the city. And I'm like, no, this is really not for me. I need to move out into the country. So we moved out into the New Market area, and we started our own horse farm out there. So I took it a step further. I went to school up in Tennessee to learn about therapeutic horses on horseback. So that's what I really have a passion for, is horses, dealing with people, and to go out to my farm. I can stay there all day long. But right now, I have to keep my day job.
Yeah.
But it's not paying the bills right now. But once I go out there on the farm, the horses are there, grooming the horses, riding the horses, invite all my friends out. We have a great time. Will and I, his family comes over, and other friends come over. We have a great time with the horses.
Tell me a little more about the therapeutic piece, because that's
We
very
work
interesting.
we work with people that have disabilities, Veterans Administration, mental illness, children at risk, all on horseback.
Yeah. And this is just the whole notion. I have a background in mental health counseling. The whole notion, I would imagine, is to connect people to an experience that allows them to have a sense of peace and relaxation and enjoyment in this environment that is kind of cultivating their ability to experience life in some meaningful way.
Right. We have camps every year up in New Market, and we start May the 31st through July 29th, and and it's for the children. You'd be surprised how the children actually calm down when they get around the horses. I mean, it's a big, big difference.
Yeah. It's riding a horse a little bit. Remember, I'm a city boy now. I got to keep reminding you about that. Is riding a horse a little bit like the earlier you learn how to do it, the easier it is?
Yes, yes, yes.
I mean, because at my age, I just, in my head, I kind of see myself riding a horse. But that's as far as it goes. It's just kind of like this image in my head, and it just kind of stays there. But I remember being a younger child and going away to a summer camp for about 5 years, and they had horses up there, and I rode horses, and that was the last time I rode a horse. And over the years, you become an adult, and you experience lots of things, and you just kind of block certain things out, and you don't pursue them like you may have pursued them at one time. How do you approach someone like me, perhaps, who has not ridden a horse in at least 40 years, perhaps more, and is not like thinking the next time I have a little time off, I'm going to go ride a horse, but yet at the same time in my head, it sounds like a pretty cool thing to do. How would you talk to somebody like me?
Well, Kenny, the first thing, the first question you asked is like swimming. The earlier you start, the better. When you're a kid, if you start when you're a kid, you don't have the fear. As we get older, we begin to fear horses. You're talking about 11 or 1,200 pound animal that can step on your feet and break your toe, just that easy. And so a person your age, what I would do, I would get you in a round pen. And I probably just get you on a lead line until you feel yourself comfortable.
Well, get me on a what?
Get you in a round pen.
Okay.
That's a small area, just like this room.
Okay.
Lead you around on the horse, let you feel comfortable. And
Right.
when you begin to feel comfortable, that's what Miss Williams do at her stable. We'll take you out in a bigger area before you can go out on a trail. Because see, what a horse is a very smart animal. Mm-hmm. If they can sense your fear, and once they get you out in that wide open space, if you're not ready, they know it. So we start people off for safety. I've been hurt several times on a horse, and both times it was my fault instead of the horse.
Wow.
But if you take a horse in an area that he's familiar with and get him used to his surroundings, they're much easier to handle.
Yeah, so we can't start with a pony, maybe? I mean, I'm just trying to think of
It's a weight limit.
And
to be honest, kid, a pony is the worst thing to start with.
Is that right?
That's a mean creature.
Wow.
Now, there's a Welch pony I used to do a Dutch and kids could ride him.
Yeah.
It's a half horse and half pony. They always take on the nature of the horse. But if you get a pony, a Shetland pony is the meanest creature ever been created.
Wow. Well, see, that's why you're here today. You're educating a city boy about riding horses. So you've got this great event that takes place every year as well. At least it's the 4th year, I believe, that you're doing it. This is an event that I think is gaining in some popularity and exposure. It's another reason why we wanted to talk to you today. Tell us what that event is.
Ken, that's our 3rd annual North Alabama Rider Saddle Club. We have this every year at Sharon Johnson Park. And along with the horse show, we have a parade starting at 11 o'clock at New Market School. And New Market School is off of Winchester Road. Just turn right past the post office on College Street. And after we finish the parade will probably last 2 hours. We're going to leave there and go to Sharon Johnson Park and make preparation for the show. The show will start at 6 o'clock. Gates open at 4:30. And it's a show that you wouldn't want to miss. We got people coming from all over the country. And we want everybody in this viewing area to be able to come out. We got stuff for kids. We got a event called a cow train. We got 8 cars. It's a train pulled by a tractor. And we put kids on that tractor in those trains. And they riding the whole time the horse show going on. And if the parents is in the audience, give your kids some money and let them ride the cow train. We also got a round pen that I talked about earlier. The pony's gonna be in the round pen. The kids can ride in the round pen. We got the Tennessee walking horse, my favorite. We got the Western pleasure horses. We got barrel racing. We got pole bending. We just got everything that you could think of. And that might be something we left out. Come to the show and tell me, Willie, I want an English class. We will make that happen.
Yeah, so if somebody wanted more information about the show, do you have a website that you can send people to or some information with a phone number?
Yes, we do, Kenny. We got a North Alabama Rider Saddle Club. That's our Facebook page. We get a lot of hits on our Facebook page. We on Twitter, North Alabama Rider Saddle Club at Twitter. And we got our webpage, the North Alabama Rider Saddle Club at yahoo.com. You can hit us up in any of those ways, and we'll respond to you and give you any kind of information you got. We've had a lot of members to join our group because of our Facebook page. That's our biggest hit is our Facebook page.
Yeah, well, that's a very popular thing, of course, now with social media, spreading the word and letting people know about what's going on is very important to be able to do. I'm listening to you talk, and this has to be a very exciting experience, a horse show where horses are on display and kids are being exposed to these beautiful creatures, as you said. This is really a fun time, I'm sure, for everyone, and a family-friendly event, too. It's a place that people can really come to as a family, isn't it?
Right. We only charge $5 to get in the show if you bring the card with you, and then it's $1 off of that card to bring the card, and the children under a certain age get in free.
Yeah.
So we make it like really economical that the whole family can come to the show and not be out a lot of money.
Yeah, well, I mean, that sounds wonderful. And again, it sounds like just a great afternoon of activities and fun events, and some education as well is probably part of that. So this really sounds like a very good thing to do. If someone wanted to become a member of the North Alabama Riders Saddle Club, is there a process that they would go through, or they would just seek you out for more information, or is that even a possibility?
Yeah, they can do that on our Facebook page. And when they contact us, we got an application that they fill out. It's not a really hard process to even join.
Yeah.
But it's, you pay a certain fee to start and a small fee to pay every month.
Yeah, yeah. And what does that membership provide for a person?
You get a North Alabama. We ride now wearing our tan today. You get a North Alabama
You look
Rider
good, by the
Saddle.
way.
Thank
You look
so
good, by
much.
the way.
Thank you. Thank you.
You will get a North Alabama Rider Saddle Club shirt. We want everybody to look good when we go out to our different event. And you get 1 month free dues.
Oh, okay, all right. And an opportunity to ride on a regular basis, or how does that work? When you ride?
We meet like once a month, and after each meeting we ride, but we can ride anytime. We go to other places and ride with other clubs. So we're riding constantly. And like the weather's really nice now.
Good riding weather.
Good riding weather. We'll ride all the way up until the weather's permitted.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah.
you don't have to have a horse to join. So we let everybody know you don't have to have a horse. We have plenty of horses.
Yeah, yeah. Deborah's kind of looking at me like, I know you're a city boy, but you don't need a horse to join.
Right.
Like you don't.
Well, I married a city man. I made me a cowboy. So.
I love happy endings. That's terrific. That's wonderful. Deborah Williams is the president of the North Alabama Riders Saddle Club. Willie Smith is the chaplain. Thank you all so much for the great information that you shared and the great work that you're doing in the community on behalf of other people. You work with seniors, you work with children, you work with veterans, people who have disabilities. And just lots of other people. It sounds like you're covering lots of territory, and we appreciate all the work that you're doing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So thank you for being with us today.
You're so welcome.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We want to thank you for being a part of our broadcast today, and we hope that you will tune into our next edition of the broadcast. We hope that you'll like our Facebook page at Impact with Kenny Anderson, where you can see behind-the-scenes photos, as well as a video of the show that we've shown today. We hope that you'll spread the word about this small show that's making a big difference in our community. For Impact, I'm Kenny Anderson. You have a great day.